Okay, here we are at Clark Auction Gallery in Larchmont, New York on a really sweltering hot day. We're previewing our next sale, which is next Sunday, 29th, starting at 10 a.m. CLARKENY.com to view it. But without further ado, here we go. We have this wonderful marble eagle, beautifully patinated from being outside in the weather. I believe it originally came from a Chicago courthouse. Nice big size, just beautifully done. Small little piece missing in the toe there. Okay, into the gallery now, where it's a bit cooler here. We got the air conditioning on. We have a nice collection of Franz Hagenauer sculptures this time. This is one of a pair. They're head sculptures. Really nice and rare to have 3 sets in one sale. And it's sitting upon an Oscar Bock console and mirror. These came from a local New Rochelle just last week, so they're just in. But look, they've got the slag glass underneath. When you plug them in, they light. Did not find an Oscar Bock signature, but has all the telltale signs of this, etc., on it that tells me they are Oscar Bock. Okay, moving right along, we have a pair of these with the nice original stencil leather, a pair of Empire bronze-mounted armchairs. To them, in between them, we have this wonderful, nice original piano, came from Riverside Drive in the city, 18th century French provincial server. Top that. Another pair of Hagenauer. Look at the size of these. How wonderful to have a pair of these. Nicely signed, and all came from a mutton town in Long Island Estate, so we're very glad to have them. Hopefully they do well. Okay, we'll start here with this one here. Look at this big, large signed Murano glass bust. Good large size. I don't think they figured out who it was, sitting on a knoll table. Here we have a pair of bronze swans. Really super quality detail, nice. Over here, one of what we think would be a highlight of the sale, we have this absolutely beautiful micro mosaic. I'll give you an idea of how large it is. There's all the details on the label on the back of it. This came from a Tenafly, New Jersey estate. Just extra large, the best of quality. Okay, moving over here. We have this Vasa Velazar, one of 2 sculptures we have. Hope I pronounced the name right. Over here at the back, hidden, we have the last of the 3 lots of Hagenauer. Really nice, glad to have those. Got a lot of stuff from an estate in Riverside Drive, a full building. This came off the roof. It's by Paul Sutman, surrealist bronze, but nice patina from being outside. Look at the size of that. I'm over 6 foot. Into the main room. It's a bit higgledy-piggledy in here today because we have a lot of stuff. We've been running a lot of sales, so a lot of stuff not picked up. We're using half a hall for the preview, so there's also stuff in here for the next sale, like this wonderful Kelvin Laverne coffee table. We'll focus on that next sale. In this sale here, we have look at the condition of these pair of signed Knoll Barcelona chairs. In between a nice metal, sort of Evan-style coffee table. Going over to some smalls over here, we'll have a look. We have this Dali bronze. There are lots of bronzes. Go to ClarkNY.com to see who they are. We've some nice Lalique in this sale. We've got a hippo, which I haven't seen before, a leopard, that beautiful vase here. Here we have a set of Ben Owen plates. We have 3 of them in one lot. This here is very Lalique style. We couldn't figure out how it was, but it is signed on the bottom, but it's a nice big size, black glass. Below here, After Tiffany, nice patina on this candelabra. Here's a sort of a better than usual pair of tea caddies. These came from Newtown, Connecticut, Regency, just a little faded, but really wonderful condition. Moving over here to complement a lot of the glass, we have this wonderful Dale Chihuly signed under here from his Persian series. We got Mexican sculpture here. This bronze by Gail Houseman. Really nice, sort of Giacometti looking. This is here's by Kathy Ruthenberg. I love it. Also came from Riverside Drive estate. We've got below here, we got lots of clocks. We've got this Victorian marble figure clock with this large bronze in here. I'm sure Kenny will get to them. Okay, to the sort of mid-century, we have this bamboo dinette set, 5 chairs, table. Here we have a pair of sort of contemporary but really nice looking chagrin lamps. This here is Winged Victory, nice large size. Look at that, and wonderful patina, verdigris bronze, but good large size. Nice sculpture for the outside or indoors. This Kagan is in our next sale. We're going to move right along up here, keeping an eye out for stuff because it's all over the place. We got mid-century sideboard here. Over here, this sculpture is by a guy called Pateki. It's called the Fetal Position, I believe. Over here, we have this wonderful dining room table. Look at the size of that. We have a pair of these potato chip chairs, or LCW chairs by Charles Ames. Nice in the black. Look at this here with all the original, like a big box of tunes there. See if it's open. No, it's not, but look at the big horn on that. I just nearly unbalanced it and knocked it over on Steve there. Okay, let's get out of there and move right along here. We got this nice mid-century style sliding door cabinet. These two lamps came from our set of two pairs. These came from the New Rochelle estate where the Oscar Bock came from. It's just nice big pair of lanterns through the size of those, heavy duty. This bench came in a walk-in Wednesday, sort of possibly French with the lyre back in the swan heads, patinated metal and brass. Here, this came from White Plains, beautifully carved and sort of painted nicely with the big thick marble, sort of specimen marble top. This bell here came from Riverside Drive. Look at the Chinese bell. I don't know if it's bronze, what sort of metal it is. But it even has the bonger and the holder. Okay, we have this Art Deco chest of drawers for the used furniture. Look at the size of this Venetian mirror, and it's really nice with the amber trim on it. Looks like it's in perfect condition. If you can swing up there also, Steve, there's an Italian mirror. Came from Muttontown. Here's another piece from the White Plains. Been painted, but nice little piece, carved, beautifully carved console table. We got two grandfather clocks in the sale. This one here is Edgecombe and Nichols of Bristol, English, nice mahogany tall clay clock. Good time to buy them. They seem to be down in the market. You can buy them reasonable. Okay, this is the other pair of Torchiere. These are nice, they're different to have the glass on them. These came from the New Rochelle where the Oscar Bock was. And look at the size of this panetiere, as the French would say, bread cabinet. Absolutely wonderful patina, big size. This is hanging on the wall in Riverside Drive. I'm going to swing up here. I'm going to pull this over so I can show you this really nice ebonized Louis XV1 style cabinet. Contemporary but beautiful. Look at the beveled marble. Nice white thick marble. Atop this big clock. I'm sure Kenny will get to get an idea of the size of me there. Okay, coming up, I love this, although it's not overly in vogue, the finials are off it at the moment, but we have the Sheraton style mahogany inlaid secretary bookcase. Just a great patina, beautifully done. Here's your finials and all bits and pieces in there. With this pair of Regency style bamboo chairs. And over here from New Rochelle, nice to get a pair, and a wonderful sized pair of these highly carved consoles. Look at them carved with the heads and the cherubs and everything down there. We have a pair of these. From the same home, 4 of these highly carved high back chairs, I believe 2 arm and 2 side. I'm going to swing down here. This is by a British artist called Begbie. Look at this. Just really well done there. Like the wire mesh. We got this mica chandelier, good big size, nice condition, probably newer, nice cut glass and bronze chandelier from Muttontown. This is sort of Caldwell quality. Look at the gilding on this bronze and the large hanging drops, Bronxville estate. This here is by someone called Filippici. I believe it's Sandra Filippici. And it's called, I believe it's called The Virgin, but don't quote me on that. Look at Clarkeny. Maybe it's my mind wandering. We have this Knoll womb chair and ottoman. Stand behind it, the Artemidi lamp. This came out of Greenwich, and it's really, really wonderful, and couldn't figure out who it was, couldn't find a signature, but you can see the hand there. When lit up, it was lit up in the estate, and it was magnificent. We have this table, a lot of interest in this table. We have this Mies van der Roche's here. Nice leather, not signed or anything like that, so after. Nice mid-century rosewood pedestal. This was in Greenwich with some of the sculpture. This is a great Cheryl Wagner sink. Look at the sink, and I believe we've got a toilet roll holder with it, and all the pieces I believe are needed for it. Sitting on top, this aluminium and upholstery, we called it after Paul Evans. Chaise. We've got contemporary lighting. These are one lot. We've got the one with the marble base and this one. Neoclassical style coffee tables. We got these mid-century dice stool for the kids' room. We got this mid-century Danish chair. It's sort of decent enough condition. These are in wonderful condition. They're a pair of Bruno, and they're signed Null. Bruno chairs. In between the two chairs is this beautiful, look at the grain on this onyx. So we've got the onyx and chrome console, and these two hide upholstered benches sit underneath it. Top here, the best of quality, pair of bronze candelabra, nice big size, great gilding on them. This is by Vasa Velazar. Hope I'm pronouncing that the right way around. Look at the size of this. I'm sure Peter has probably dealt with this. Here we have a pair of Ecorn stressless chairs. Nice that they have the ottoman and they're in really good shape. In between them, we've got a burl walnut and ebonized Art Deco console table. Condition as you like it. Also from a lot of good stuff came out of Muttontown. I hope it does well. Here we have also from Muttontown a nice Giacometti style bronze, patinated bronze and glass top table. These here, we have the name of this bench. I can't remember to say, but I believe it's Italian, sort of a nice chrome bench with a cushion. Either side we have a gilded or polished steel and gilt metal not after Kagan, after whoever. And here we have this large, nice sculpture signed Moignet. We have this contemporary television unit here. On top of that is a nice big Danish modern, probably mid-century, nice table, flips over and it's a big, nice size. It was in an apartment city. Here we have a large Carl Springer coffee table, sitting atop a modernist carpet. On top of it, after Noguchi, this wonderful sofa slash chaise is by custom made by Vladimir Kagan. It's going to be in our next sale. But either side of it, look at these two herons. Wonderful patina, great large size, beautifully executed, great detail. Mid-century coffee table. Here's a better view. No, sorry, this is one of the tables that came out of New Rochelle, not one of the pair, but sort of has an Irish feel to it. Nice with the grain on the top and the burl banding. Nice big heavy carved legs on it. These L&J Stickley chairs are for the next sale, but I'd like you to take note of this 7-piece, very large. Look at the size of this Paul Evans Cityscape unit. Came from Muttontown. We've set it up here as it was in Muttontown so you can get an idea of what it looked like. Just get an idea of whole size. Not often you see them this big. So I'm not glad to have that. Good load came out of Muttontown. Okay, we're going to swing down the last section now. We'll swing over actually. We've got this, lots of carpets which Kenny will get to. We have this Edwardian inlaid sort of secretary bookcase. Here's the other highly carved chairs, the console table, we've got French cabinets, another grandfather clock over there. I think we've more or less gotten to it. We'll just swing past. We've got African masks, we got hurricane chandeliers, bouillotte tables, paisley covered after George Smith chairs in there. Nice pair of leather, beautiful Art Deco studded leather chairs. As you can see, we're packed because we're still waiting for pickups because we've been running so many sales. This, I'm sure you noticed it, but this beautiful After Matisse heavy cutout steel is in the next sale, which is coming up on us pretty quick. So I think I've gotten through that. But anyway, just to be sure, go to CLARKENY.com to view it. You can come and preview anytime as we're up and running. So thank you, and I'll leave you to the next appraiser.